Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. As you see, once again, we have Andrew from Funnelheads here. We've had some lively shows the past couple weeks here, so we're trying to do a trifecta and have a third one. And it seems like we're on the way to doing that. We got a hot topic to talk about. At least it's been hot on the Facebook pages and groups and such. So we're going to get right into it, but we're talking about Carnival, which has been a hot topic in general ever since June, since they launched their rewards program. And, many of you obviously have had strong opinions on that. I've had strong opinions myself. Andrew's had some strong opinions as well. We've all got our input in how we feel. And we were really curious to see what was going to happen when earnings came out for Carnival yesterday morning, and how that would impact the stock. Well, we're going to talk about that today, but obviously there's been a sell-off, and the Carnival stock has gone down quite a bit, which is puzzling to some people, and we're going to talk about why that might be a little bit puzzling as well. But wanted to talk about who checked in today, because right when I opened my screen, I saw two big yellow boxes on my comments page, and those yellow boxes represented super chats of $15 from one Mr. Cruising Chris Moss and one Mr. Admin Tim. But Cruising Chris Moss was just checking in. He said, "Coach, I have to work tonight. Have a great show. Team replay. Zoe needs a treat." And Chris might not even be with us anymore since he's got to work and all, but that does not mean we won't do his shot. And not only are we going to do a shot, but we're going to do the whistle pig, which is getting down. I've only been doing one shot each show of the 100 proof, and then I go to the 80 proof and 90 proof after that. But I got almost filled to the brim there for the first shot of the night. And even though he's probably not in attendance, he will see this on replay. So we're still going to give him a big high five for getting the show started off right. And Zoe says, "Thank you. I needed that treat." And I will have my treat now as well. Ooh, that 100 proof hits a little harder. And then Admin Tim, who I talked to in FaceTime just minutes ago, there was regarding his super chat, but he said, "Start you and Zoe off with a treat too." And guess what? Those of you that are new to the channel, once we get to 150, I do a drawing, and the big gift, if you choose to get the big gift, is this big giant cooler, collapsible cooler. It could fit like probably 30 cans in there. It's a thick, durable, insulated cooler, and it zips up. You can strap it on your, so for picnics and stuff. It's even got a little bottle opener there that's hooked on, and it's got the Coach Cruise logo and everything. So you can choose to have that, or you can get one of the traditional shirts, because it used to be only 1 through 100. So if you get to a point where you've already won a cooler, you can opt for a shirt, and then you get another 50 entries into the next drawing. But here is one of my traditional shirts. Okay. And then we have the new design. And if you opt for that, then you can choose a shirt, and you still get another 50 entries. So for Tim, we got the Buffalo Trace, which is a great bourbon for about $30 a bottle. For you bourbon connoisseurs out there, you probably already know. So we get a quack for Chris and a quack for Tim here, and Cheryl. All right, shot number 2, and we haven't even gotten the show started. We're already this could be a dangerous show.
Yeah,
55 people in here. Before we really get going, if you could hit that like button, and if you're not already subscribed to myself or Andrew from Funnelheads, you could get that out of the way too while you're at it. That would be cool. Here we go. All right, and I'm going to set this treat aside right here, so I don't forget to give it to Zoe. Oh, and let me go ahead and do this drawing real quick. So we have Charlene has numbers 1 through 13. Mr. Chris Moss has 14 through 30. JB, 31 through 35. Rick, the Texas Cruiser, who I see is here today, 36 through 40. Angie, the Merry Mixer from Dayton, Ohio, or the Dayton, Ohio area, 41 through 60. Trish and Bert, 61 through 70. Chris Moss, again, 71 through 85. Edmund Tim, 86 through 100. Eric, the North Shore Traveler, 101 through 110. Pretty Black Buckeye, 111 through 130. Chris Moss, again, 131 through 145. Edmund Tim, 146 through 150. And Edmund Tim is numbers 1 through 10 on our next drawing. So this might be a rare time when we get 2 in the same night, because we're getting 1 right at the beginning of the show. So we'll see if we can get 2 tonight. That would be cool. All right, let's see who wins this one. As you see, there's nothing on the phone. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 150.
A random number between 1 and 150 is 147.
Look at that. We got Edmund Tim. That was not fixed, I promise. You all saw that. That was legit. Edmund Tim comes through with the win. Congrats, Edmund Tim.
Yes.
So, and I know he has a cooler, so he might opt for the shirt and another 50 entries. I don't know. You'll have to let us know there, Tim. But congrats anyway. Or he might have a friend that needs a cooler. Who knows? So let's say hi to everybody else before we really get rolling. We got Rick, the Texas Cruiser. By the way, Cruising Chris Moss was the gold, and Min Tim the silver, and Rick, the Texas Cruiser, was the bronze medalist. Then Ken came in right out of the medal podium there. Ken Lesko, that is. Sandy the Lost Pirate Jenkins, I just messaged you. I got everything packed up for you. I haven't been able to get to the post office because I've had jury duty all week. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever been selected for a jury. Can't say more than that because the case is still going on. That's the rules. But I've had that going on. Then, of course, we got the funnel heads here. They're right in front of us. Let's see. A lot of you just talking with one another. The Cruising Scene is here saying hello to everybody. What's up, Cruising Scene? Will G, the masterful supporter of so many channels. Cruiser Charlene says, hey, Coach and Andrew. We got the crazy-eyed Cruiser back once again, saying hi to both families, the Coach Cruise and the Funnelhead family. 2 Huskies to Go is back once again. Great to see you guys. Cruise Life TV, Greg and Michelle are checking in. We got Sherry Umel here. Good to see you. Robert Kohler, welcome. If anybody's out there that hasn't entered their name, Patty Cakes is back once again. Good to see you, Patty Cakes. Yoli's in the house. What's up, Yoli? And looky here, we got Cruiser Charlene, who's getting ready to go on another cruise. And come here. I know she's going to play some Dragon Link. For those of you who don't know Charlene, she told me to do Dragon Link. So if you watch some of my vlogs, I said, okay, this one's for Charlene. That's Charlene right there. And I won some money on the slot machine that she suggested a couple times, actually. So Dragon Link is a new favorite of mine. Okay, this one is for Tim, actually. Tim and Cheryl. High five for Tim and Cheryl. And you got another one for Charlene coming. What do you say? Okay, good. All right, now I'm going to do the shot here for you, Charlene, and we are already on number 3. This could be dangerous by the end of the show. And you get a quack quack for sure. All right, Charlene, thank you. And let me set aside that treat for Zoe so she knows she's got a treat coming from you. Here we go. All right. Let's move along. Celso Green is back. Coach, we're here. Good to see you, Celso Green. And Celso, I think you and I are on the Thanksgiving cruise, right? I do believe, if I remember correctly, or we're on some cruise together. Terry and Cheryl are here. Not Tim Sherrill, but Terry Sherrill. JB is in the house. All right, JB. And then we got Brian Lloyd here. Mark Arbooz is in the house. All right. Good to see you again, Mark. We got Eric from North Shore Travelers. And JB just did a $10 super sticker. And Charlene, I am writing you down right now. You are 11 through 30. And then JB is 31 through 40. So we're only 110 away. And JB, I got that treat here. We're lining up for treats for Zoe. Zoe's a happy dog today, I tell you. So we have that there ready for you. All right. Sherry Cheney, welcome to the show. Good to see you. She's saying hello to both of us.
Hello, hello.
Trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Some of your names, if you're asking questions, I'm kind of scrolling past. Okay, Patty Cake's got her blue cooler. Very cool. DC Brother is back. Good to see you, my man. And then we got Hanson Ali Torres, a crew member. Oh, very cool.
Oh, awesome.
Right. Good deal. Love that. Thanks for joining, because I know you don't have much time off, so super appreciate that. And crew member of what cruise line, Hanson? I'm curious. We got Robert Kohler. This just popped on. He said, I have to watch most of your live shows the next day, but off tomorrow, so I get to join. Oh, that's awesome,
Nice.
Robert. And I'm glad I didn't put the cap back on the Buffalo Trace because we're ready to go. And I'm setting a third treat here. Let's see. Charlene, JB, Robert. Okay. Zoe, come here and get this treat before I forget who these are for. Big high five for Charlene. You can't eat these fast enough, can you? What do you say? Good girl. All right. So then we got JB and Robert behind there. So I got two more treats. She's going to run out of treats. I'm going to run out of bourbon the way you always do. All right. Robert, thank you, sir. And Robert, you are making sure I get the whole name in there. 41 through 60. Thank you, sir. Hanson is Carnival Cruise Lines, currently at home. Hanson, what is your next ship? If you have a new contract yet, would be interested to see if I'm on one of those upcoming ships. That would be cool. And what do you do? And what do you do on the ship? Adventures with Uncle Dave is here. What's going on? Mark says, can anyone answer why Carnival changes sales tax on drinks while in U.S. ports and no other cruise line does? I wasn't aware of that. I didn't know that other cruise lines didn't charge tax. I didn't know that. We got Seg 183 here. So does anybody know that? If anybody does know, throw it in the comments.
It has to do with like the city and taxes and the way it's levied, but I don't understand why only Carnival charges it. I think that the other cruise lines end up eating those fees, like they just take care of them. I think, don't quote me 100%, but it does have something to do. Like, for instance, I think New York.
Andrew, you calling Carnival cheap? Is that what you're doing right now?
I'm just saying what I had read somewhere.
By the way, we're sponsored today by Tide, and so we have the same shirts on. But if you know, Andrew's shirt was washed with Tide. My shirt was washed with the off-brand. So everybody, remember to buy Tide. There's your commercial. Sponsored by Tide. I want to say that I think maybe my shirts has been worn a few more. I wear my shirts a little more regularly.
Yeah,
but that might be the reason, or it could be Tide. It could be. Let's see. This one is JB, and Zoe's already read that. High five for JB. High five. High five. Let's go. We got a show to do. What do you say? All right. She says that. So thank you for that, JB. And then Rob, We got yours right here. All right. And then so we're caught up. Okay, so jump back. It took us a while to get going here, but thank you for the patience. Everybody's waiting to talk about the cruise prices and stuff. It's been a hot topic. I posted, Carnival stock way down yesterday on either my page or my group. I forget which one. I have two for those of you that are only on one of them, if you want to be on both. But one of those two, it's gotten like 600, reactions, likes, loves, or some other things, mostly likes and loves. So most people are happy that Carnival's cruise price dropped. And I think the reason for that, obviously, is most people that are loyal to Carnival or were loyal to Carnival were happy because Carnival obviously didn't show that same loyalty back when they released their rewards program until recently, at least Diamond members. And so a lot of people have said, and quoting them, but slapped in the face, kicked in the face, betrayed. They didn't show loyalty to us. We're not going to show loyalty to them. Those are just some quotes for some other people, because I know that I'm being watched by Carnival now. So I have to make sure that it's not just me that's saying that. Again, you can go in the comments, Carnival. That's what all of your cruisers are saying. That's not just me. So I know some people want to watch and say I'm saying all this stuff, which I am, but it's a voice among thousands, not just my voice. Mm-hmm. And I think Carnival has gotten that mixed up. And Andrew has said some stuff. I'm not trying to throw you under, not trying to point a finger at you, but you're here next to me, Andrew. So You've said a few things yourself.
I'm actually a part of Coach Cruz now.
Yeah. Yeah, so not funnel, not representing funnel heads today. Yeah. So anyway, here's the thing. I made this comment to a couple people, and Andrew, you let us know what you think here. But I made this comment to a couple people, and it's like, I made this comment to Andrew actually before the show. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people want to feel like the reason that Carnival's price is dropping is because of all the loyal cruisers who've sold their stock, who've booked with other cruise lines, who said they are leaving Carnival because Carnival was not loyal to them. They didn't show them any love, and they're angry. Understandably, they're angry at Carnival for not showing them the same loyalty that they gave Carnival, which is understandable. And I said I kind of compare it to like, a breakup, right? When you break up with a guy or a girl or whatever, and it wasn't necessarily a clean breakup or whatever, and you kind of want something bad to happen to them. You're not wishing them happiness, so to speak, or whatever. So I think a lot of the stock going down, again, if you looked at my posts, there's about 600 people that reacted to it, and almost all 600 were in favor of the stock price going down. They were happy to see Carnival losing money because they feel betrayed by Carnival. And there's been a couple people that have chimed in and said, people need to ease up or not worry about it or whatever. And again, I think it's a lot to do with principle, mostly to do with principle, because the perks that they're offering, right, aren't much to write home about, which just begs the question, like, if they're not much to begin with, like, why is Carnival not just giving them out? Like, the perks you're giving are so little. And then to tell people they got to spend like $20,000 or $30,000 to maintain platinum, I get why people call it a slap in the face. But I know Andrew and I talked about this also. We've seen the reports. We've read the earnings report. And the earnings report, the earnings came in slightly above what we're expected. So from that standpoint, you would say, well, why is it dropping so much? And their future forecast, at least the person that was giving the forecast, it sounded relatively optimistic. Mm-hmm. So based on those reports, you would think like, oh, well, it should go up a little bit or whatever. but it's not. It's dropped and it's dropped 2 days in a row. The first day a lot. Today, still kind of a lot. Like 2%. And then Carnival's one of those stocks that trades 24 hours. So I don't know what it is right now, but it was about 2% at last check. So the thing is just based on all those reports and stuff, heck, it could go up $1 tomorrow for all I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a cruise expert or whatever, but as somebody that's in support of the loyal cruisers out there, I'm fully behind you. I'm behind you because I feel like you were wronged, and I was wronged for a short time. And Andrew, you're Diamond, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we were both wrong for a short time, and then they fixed that. But I think Andrew and I are both on the same side. Like, you know what, they need to honor what they suggested from the beginning, which is they never suggested that, hey, this isn't going to be a forever thing. For the longest time, for years, cruise directors, everybody else, even John Heald, kind of inferred that this was not going to go away, that you weren't going to lose your status. And then they just pulled the rug out from under you. Okay, I've talked long enough, Andrew, so you got the next 10 minutes.
No, you're good. No, I mean, you said you hit the nail on the head a lot with what you said. And, we're not stock experts by any means. I do dabble, a little bit in the stock market here and there. I am still an owner of Carnival shares, although I did sell some of my overage. I kept my 100 shares. So I can still get the, onboard credit for the length of cruises that we go on. We're going on the Carnival Paradise in a few days. I always have to say Paradise now and then the brand, because now, of course, Margaritaville has their own Paradise ship. But we're going on the Carnival Paradise, so we used our shares for that cruise. So I did keep our 100 shares. I sold their overage at about $31. The stock looks good. I mean, again, I'm not an expert, but numbers are up across the board. They said, 50% of their year of next year is already booked, and 2/3 finishing out this year is booked, basically. So, I mean, it looks good so far, but I think, the stock fall has a little bit to do with loyal guests who maybe had the onboard credit for the shares, or maybe they just bought credit a long time ago, whether it was during the pandemic or before the pandemic, whatever the case is. I think, a lot of people did sell, and 100 shares here, 100 shares there, 10 shares here, they add up and they will affect the stock price if enough people do it. But at the end of the day, I think this drop is probably because, the stock went up quite a bit in a very short period of time. I don't have the exact percentage right in front of me, but I know it rose probably from $16 or $17 to about $32 was the high at one point. So it's going to peel back. We're at the part of the year, I think Michelle or Greg or both of them said it, that a lot of people do start selling stock, to get ready for next year. A lot of people can claim losses and this and that, or profit, hopefully. So that's an incentive as well. But I think the biggest thing on top of all that is that they announced that they were going to sell some senior notes to basically pay off some debt that was coming due in, I believe it was 2029, and I think it was about $2 billion or a little bit over $2 billion. So paying off debt is a great thing, but having to loan money to pay off high interest debt could be considered as a weakness. So I think that's probably the biggest reason. And then it just rose so quickly. So any little inkling of negative news is going to make it peel back. Now, in saying that, I think it's going to take about a year-ish to see whether, the loyal Carnival cruisers are really speaking with, their purse or their wallet and seeing how it affects the bookings. It's going to be, probably about a year until we get some actual raw data on that. So it will be interesting. Of course, the festival, open bookings during that June, July period. So that definitely helped, book up at least that ship for certain, and probably got people excited for, other ships as well in doing so. But at the end of the day, Carnival does have $26.5 billion in debt. So, they have to work on that. And, they make a lot of profit, so they can easily get out of that. But, it is what it is. But yeah, I like you said, I don't like what they're doing. Hopefully we can force some change amongst all of the, previous loyal Carnival cruisers. And I know a lot of people say they're not going to change their mind. Even if they change the program, they keep changing it. They already fooled us into thinking that, they were with us, and now they're not. So it'll be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, a quick comment from Sherry there. Andrew, we love your intro to Funnelhead, and your son is adorable. Also, Will G, I read your comment. I had it posted up there, but Will G, congratulations, everybody. Some of you out there are retired. I want to be retired.
Yes.
But congratulations. Will G said he just worked his last day on the books today. So that means Will G is going to be cruising every other week for like the next 12 months, because he had a stretch there where he was going on like so many cruises in a row. It's like crazy. But yeah, congratulations on that, Will G. And a lot of good comments here. One thing regards to the stock and it going down. I'm not saying this is happening, but Andrew, you probably remember this. A lot of you watching probably remember this, but remember was it GameStop? The GameStop thing,
Mm-hmm.
where, all these companies were trying to short GameStop or whatever. And everybody just kind of banded together, and they're like, oh no, and this could be kind of like the opposite type of thing. Where, the experts are saying, oh, the earnings are good, everything's good, Carnival's a buy or whatever. And all the loyal cruisers are banding together and like sell, 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 and I don't know if that's it. I'm not suggesting that's it. But, when you're trying to find an explanation for why, and, the most logical explanation is, they rose so fast. But the thing about it is, yeah, they rose so fast, but the earnings and everything looked okay. It looked like all the boxes were checked. So it shouldn't go down as much as it has if you've checked all the boxes on the things that you needed to do to keep your stock price where it is or go higher. And again, it could go up $1 tomorrow for all I know. I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to be a stock expert or whatever, but for all the loyal cruisers out there, and again, and I shared this on my Facebook page and group and everything, and I'm sharing it now. I'm going to be shoulder to shoulder with you. I think Andrew is shoulder to shoulder with you. We're on your side first. Carnival's wrong for this. We've gone on record and said Carnival's wrong for this, and they're going to be wrong. And Carnival, I promise you. Well, no, I don't promise you, because I don't know for certain, but I could bet. I'd bet a large sum of money on this, that if you came out tomorrow and said, you know what, we were wrong. We were wrong. Everybody's grandfathered in. We're going to make right by everybody. Our bad. Everybody's grandfathered in, and we're going to add a perk here, a perk there. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And you made everything right. That stock price tomorrow would take right back off. And all the people that have sold off their stock and everything, a lot of them would buy back in, and your stock price would stop going down. And maybe it will tomorrow anyway. Like I said, I'm not giving stock advice here or whatever, but I just honestly, I feel like that's the right thing for you to do for your business, and not just because, I want you to or whatever. I do want you to, but I think that's the best move for your business is to, because the thing about it, I just don't understand. And we've talked about this a couple shows now, Andrew. I don't understand. You're not giving away anything. It's like you're going to make people spend $30,000 or however many dollars it is to stay platinum to keep their status. And what are you giving them? You're giving them a couple bags of free laundry and letting them check in a little bit earlier. That's the highlight of what you're giving away for them spending $30,000 or $40,000 just to stay platinum. Are you kidding me? Like, you can't let people just have that forever. And here's the other thing. Here's the Carnival defenders that come on and say, "Oh, well, they can't do it because there's too many priority people, and then there's too many people trying to get on the ship." That much is true, but nobody's arguing that point. That part is true. Change the damn perk. Change the perk. I mean, give something that people are going to enjoy. Andrew mentioned it a couple times. The Pixel Studio. Give people a couple free 8x10s. They charge like $40 damn for those things or whatever. I mean, if you give people a couple free 8x10s, there's $80 worth of pictures. How much did it cost Carnival? About 27 cents.
Shoot,
right?
Half the time on some of their older ships, they still print the dang photos. So imagine how much money they're wasting there just printing all the photos that are super overpriced that seasoned cruisers, like, I mean, every now and then we'll buy one if it's, a really good one, but all of them go to waste and we feel terrible about it. But they could give that away. They already printed it. They already caught, or digital's even better, but I'm just talking about the older ships. But I mean, come on, just give 2 free photos. I mean, MSC does it. Why can't Carnival? It's such an easy thing that would make people so happy to have a memory, especially, a cruiser that only gets to go, there may be, gold, platinum, diamond, but they may only be able to go 1-2 cruises a year or every other year, or whatever their case is. To have one free picture would be everything to them.
Right. And then, the people that are coming on saying, making the argument, well, Carnival has all these new cruisers, so they're not worried about all these loyal cruisers, and they don't need them and everything else like that. Well, you know what? Then build some more damn ships, make more money, right? Keep your loyal cruisers happy, even if that's true, which I don't think that's true. I don't think they're bringing in enough new cruisers to replace all the loyal cruisers that they've pissed off. But even if that is true, and Carnival's doing such a great job in marketing that they're able to fill these ships, right? The thing is we see the deals that you're offering. You're giving some of these damn cabins away just to fill your ships, just to say you're 97% booked and everything else like that. When you're not selling them. I mean, as I mentioned to somebody earlier today, any cruise line is going to go out at near capacity if they want to, right? And most of them do. They'll give away some cabins practically just to fill the ship up, right? So, I mean, is Carnival going to be almost 100% booked almost all the time? Yes. That's not impressing me. How much are they spending? What's the average per cabin spent? And then when you say, oh yeah, it's 30% higher than it was this time last year per cabin, the amount of money spent or whatever, then you're impressing me. But if you say, oh, well, the bookings are just as good as they were last year, well, okay. In the past 3 months since you've done this rewards program, are the bookings as strong for future? Because I'm going to tell you, before the rewards program was released, I had cruises booked through June of this summer. Okay. And I know a lot of other Carnival loyal cruisers had cruises booked almost a year in advance before the rewards program news came out. And there's people that are loyal cruisers that have taken the $200 hit, have taken a $400 hit to cancel their cruises just to get out of it completely. But most people that are loyal cruisers have said, you know what, we've got 2 cruises booked. We're going to take those and then we're gone. All right. And so to your point, Andrew, that you made, you want to see how it is like a year from now and things like that. Carnival's, they're rolling the damn dice. They are on the craps table and they run casinos because they know they make money. And Carnival's at the craps table thinking they're going to keep rolling 11 and they might hit a 7 and crap out because they're playing with fire. They got a whole lot of loyal cruisers that would be happy to stay cruising with them. And if they don't do this right and flip and say, okay, you know what, we screwed this up. Everybody's grandfathered. We're going to give everybody the opportunity to keep building up to diamond. We're going to have certain perks locked in place, and then we're going to combine this rewards program where the people that spend more money, you're going to get even more stuff. But the people that have been with us for years, we're not taking you away. We want you to keep coming back over and over again. And you have these perks already built in. But if you spend a little bit more money, guess what? We're going to give you even more. And then that seems like smart business to me. I don't know. Is that too simplistic, or does that make sense to you?
No, it makes total sense to me. But like the matter of fact is, like, it's already too late. Like, they tried to do a soft transition and take their first decision off the board and say now diamonds are forever and this and that. But they already did so much damage. So even if they were to completely fix it, overhaul it, say, you know what, if you've cruised on Carnival, no matter how many C days you have or whatever your card level is, that's what you're going to be moving into the next program. The problem is already done. They've already hurt a lot of people, and not only that, those people have already booked cruises out for the next 6 months, the next year, the next year and a half. I mean, I'm sure you get it all the time, reading through my comments on my channel, your channel, John Heald's page, Carnival vlogs, all that. Like, 99% of the comments is, I've already cruised on MSC, or I've cruised Royal, I love it, or I have a countdown to MSC cruise, this date, I'm so excited. I mean, we've seen it over and over again. So it has already happened. Is it too late is the question. I mean, will people come back? I don't think everybody will. I think a certain amount will, get over it, or not get over, but kind of, come back and say, accept their apology. But there's a good amount of people that, once your word is broken, your bond is broken, that loyalty is broken. It doesn't matter what you do at the end of the day. And I think that's the problem that they're going to have for the near future.
Right. And you know what? That's a great transition, because speaking of taking other cruise lines, I have booked my first non-Carnival cruise in forever. I want to say it's over 10 years. It's forever since I've done another cruise line. And I did it through the UR Comp thing. And people would keep saying, oh, you got to do UR Comp. And I had signed up for UR Comp, but I just kind of put it off because Carnival has given me good deals, and that's why I've been loyal to Carnival. But honestly, this whole thing that they're doing, like so many others, has kind of got me thinking, like, well, maybe I should at least look around, and check out some of these other lines and see if there's some comparable deals and if you can have a comparable experience. I know Mark, our booze, who's in the feed tonight, I know he is like a big fan of MSC and he was a Carnival cruiser. And I think Mark has gone on and said that, yeah, I'm done with them. I'm MSC, I'm this, I'm that. So this wasn't, again, I'm going to first say that I still have Carnival cruises booked. And if Carnival gives me the best value, that comes first for me before all else, because I'm going to fight shoulder to shoulder with all of you that feel betrayed by Carnival. And I think it's BS what they've done. And until they make it right, I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm here for us. We're going to do this, and we'll stay together, and we'll keep fighting until Carnival makes it right. Right. And I hope they do, because, and I'm going to say it again. Okay. John Heald. Okay. Because don't get me wrong, John. Because, John wants to say that I say he doesn't care and everything. I believe, John, you care so much, but we care too. Just because we're YouTubers, Andrew and I on here, just because we're not talking the best about Carnival right now, doesn't mean we don't love Carnival when we go on Carnival. We love all your people. all of our people, because your people are our people. And we've made such great friendships, and then like real friendships with so many crew and things like that. And we love them. The people that we don't like, that we think have screwed this damn thing up, are the people in suits that you call beards. That's it. The rest of Carnival, great. Big thumbs up. So again, I have no problem cruising with Carnival because I love the crew or whatever. But on the flip side, I'm not going to be mad at anybody or tell anybody they shouldn't go check out other cruise lines, especially when you all haven't treated them right. When you haven't said that you're going to be loyal to them when they've shown you so many years of loyalty and so many years of great service and spent so much money on your ship. And you're telling me you can't give them a couple bags of laundry and let them check in a couple days earlier? Really? And if you can't let them check in a couple days earlier, you can't come up with some creative way of giving them a couple other perks that don't cost Carnival a lot of money, because I know you're so damn concerned about money. You tell me you can't do that? So yeah, until you do that, I'm just going to call BS on you saying you can't do it, because I know you can. And everybody else knows you can. And that's why you have so many people upset. And that's really as simple as it is. So the big announcement. I am going on the Margaritaville. I forget the name of the ship out of town.
Islander.
The Islander. I'm going on the Islander July 3rd. It's a 6-day cruise. I know it's going to Key West and the Bahamas. I don't know where else it's going, but the Bahamas and Key West, 6 days. And I did that through UR Comp. Again, if MSC would have had a World America thing offered at the same value that I got the Margaritaville thing, I would have probably done MSC World America. I mean, that's kind of the one I was hoping that would be available. But, I was looking, because summer in June, I'm already on the horizon. I booked the Havana area. And so July was completely open for me. And then Margaritaville gave me a great deal through the UR Comp thing. And so, yeah, again, if I can save money, Margaritaville is another one that I've heard good things about. Andrew has been on the Islander, the Margaritaville, and Andrew was saying, hey, let me know about some cruises you're looking at this summer. Maybe we can try. So Andrew's actually the first person I think I told about it, because he had mentioned.
I was so excited when you told me. I was like, that's amazing. And I mean, you're going to fit right in, because it's a Spirit class ship. So you're going to know your way around immediately. However, there's a lot of differences and a lot of unique things, the drinks, the venues, the music, the entertainment. I mean, it's the same but different, and it's an exciting, new venture. So, we've been on both Margaritaville at seas now, the Paradise First, which is their smaller, older ship, and the Islander. And, I could definitely say the Islander was, our favorite out of the two, although we had a good time on the Paradise as well. But yeah, it's just fun to get on a new cruise brand, or I wouldn't even say new, just like a different cruise brand. You don't know what to expect. You'll see a lot of the same, but there's a lot of differences too, and it's just exciting. The crew's amazing on Margaritaville as well. Carnival has amazing crew. Margaritaville has great crew. Royal, MSC, all of them have amazing crew. At the end of the day, they work so hard, but it's just a new experience, and I can't wait for you to experience it, and hopefully we can join you on that one. That would be super exciting.
That would be awesome. And yeah, we got to do some. So what are the things? I mean, you kind of know me, my personality by now and what I like, and I love the Alchemy Bar and everything. So where am I going to feel the most at home on the Islander? Where are people going to find me most likely, according to how you pegged me as a cruiser?
So there's two right off the top of my head. I mean, I guess it depends what time of day. During the day, you'll probably be at the Land Shark Bar, which is, the main pool deck. It's a double-decker bar, so you have the two sides of it. It's a 360 split in the middle, and the top deck also has a bar as well, and then the lookout above, which is really cool. That's where you want to be when you go under the bridge in Tampa. But at night, you would definitely be at the Hemisphere Dancer, which is in the same spot as Alchemy. It's basically the Alchemy bar. They have their master mixologist, whipping up some crazy cocktails. They do have a menu, but they go off on their own. It's exactly like Alchemy. It's really cool. They've got live music there. It's that nice enlarged space as well, right near the dance club. So you'll fit right at home there. And then the other bar is called, I believe, the Bubbles Up Bar, and that one has, he might not be there when you're there, but the best bartender ever. They have a unique menu. They do, have you been on the celebration, or is it, or maybe the Mardi Gras? They make, I think it's a tequila based drink, and they put like the bubble on it and you pop it or whatnot.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I've definitely been on the XL class because they got the bubble drinks on the 14.
Yeah.
The Sucra and something else, but
they make those drinks. They've got the piano playing kind of in that promenade area. So you come out of dinner, there's the bar right there. They've got a piano player, and it's just an amazing experience. So I think I would find you at any of those bars. Of course, there's a lot of other bars as well that I can see you, doing your pub crawls at, but those are definitely the three.
Yeah. Real quick, Chastity, I think this is your first time checking in. Chastity, we've met at the Teppanyaki. So welcome to the show. And this is all the way back for Rob. I've had this treat sitting here for Zoe. High five for Rob. Rob Kohler. I hope I pronounced it correct. High five. She's eating so many treats, she might be full. High five. Come on, Zoe. What do you say? Okay, well, maybe you should not. That was a hearty bark there. So speaking of the Islander and Sheila McKinney, I haven't seen your name much, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. And, on behalf of Andrew and myself, Andrew is Funnelheads. I am Coach Cruz, so hopefully you're subscribed to both. We got the Merry Mixer, and Angie, I don't know, like anybody in Ohio, seriously, I'm not even joking about this. Angie is a regular, but Angie and I became friends. She is Cruz fam for sure. On the Carnival Valor is where we met. Her and her two friends, I call it the Charlie's Angels, but she is a master baker. She's one of these people that seriously could compete in one of these TV shows, like in terms of making these cakes that look like people and like you don't even believe it's a cake and stuff like that. She's cooled off on the cakes lately, but she's still doing all these amazing cookies and things like that. So she only sells to people in Ohio. But if you are in Ohio, you want to make sure that you connect with her and order some cookies and stuff like that, because I don't know, it's something about shipping out of state or whatever. But her stuff is that good. It's like she posts it all the time on Facebook, and it's just like it tortures me to see it. But I love sweets. But Ben says, Coach, you need to move on. You're spending too much time on this topic. It's time to move on to the next play or game. And now Ben is a Brewers fan, so I think he's taking a shot at me there. Angie, let's have a little sippy sip. All right, let's do it. We haven't done one in a while. Let me write down Angie's name here. Angie, you are numbers 61 through 80. And here we go. I got the Buffalo Trace just for you, Angie. So let's get one. We haven't done one in a little bit. I was a little at the beginning of the show. We did like 4 right off the bat, and I was like, "Uh-oh, I want to be
started hot and heavy.
It's real fast tonight." And then it cooled off a little bit. But thank you for getting us rolling again. All right, there we go. And I'll set aside another treat for Zoe there. All right, let's see if we got any more questions. Mark says, I have 2 booked with Carnival for over a year. I'm keeping those as they are family, friends, group cruises, but that's it after those. So Mark is the one I had mentioned earlier that has said he's tried MSC. He's one of the people that's been offended by Carnival and them doing what they're doing. So Carnival, again, you need to make it right. 2 Huskies Go. Thanks for being the voice of us small people YouTube channel. Andrew's been here right side by side with me for this for 3 weeks in a row here. So we're fighting the fight and we'll keep fighting it with you. We both agree that it's BS. Mm-hmm. And until Carnival changes, we're going to be shoulder to shoulder with you. And you know what? Again, some people have, I guess, commended us or whatever for speaking up. And a lot of their people, honestly, they're travel agents and stuff like that. And I'm not going to lie. If I was a travel agent and I was selling Carnival cruises, I probably wouldn't have as strong of an opinion as I do. So I don't want to sit here and sound like I'm just this, great voice and, I only care, I would probably have my voice tampered down a little bit too if it came to, Carnival putting hundreds or thousands of dollars in my pocket. So I wouldn't be too upset with some of the travel agent content creators that are not having as strong a voice as Andrew or I, because neither one of us are travel agents. Mm-hmm. So we can speak a little bit more freely and not worry about Carnival saying, oh, you want to talk bad about us? Guess what? We're not going to let you sell our cruises anymore. Yeah. So they could do that. Right. So, Andrew and I don't have to worry about that. So that's, there you go. Tim says, give my win tonight to Angie Brooks. So Angie, guess what? You got a cooler. I love that, Tim. I love that. I don't think, so Angie, this is yours. And Angie, you're going to have to send me you get this big old cooler bag. Tim won it. And he's got one already, and he wanted to give it to you. Randy says, I consider John Heald as one of the beards. I don't. Randy, I can understand why you might think that or whatever. John is loyal to Carnival, and he loves his company. And I'm sure he's friends with some of these beards or whatever. And some of these beards, he probably takes offense to us talking bad about him. And, because he loves and cares about pretty much everybody under the Carnival umbrella, even the beards, that he's friends with. So me taking shots at the beards, or if Andrew is or whatever, he probably takes offense to that. But I think first and foremost, he cares about all of the people. And I think when these messages come down and these things are passed down, I don't know if you feel the same way, Andrew, or not, or.
Yeah, I pretty much what you said. I feel like he loves the cruise community first and foremost, but he also loves the brand, right? He's helped build it from what it was. He's been working for the company for what I think he said 41 years. So that may be off by a few years. But when you're dedicated your whole life to a company that you really believe in, at the end of the day, he's protecting basically his baby, and you can't fault him for that. But I honestly think he just truly looks out for the cruisers, for the Carnival guests. It looks like it really has kind of eaten him up a little bit, actually. In the last 3-4 months, you can see he's been trying to be that middleman and take the brunt. And after so many, hateful comments and, things, it can take a toll. It doesn't matter if it's directly aimed at him, which unfortunately some are, and that's ridiculous as well. I don't understand why people, do that, but it's not that serious, guys. But at the end of the day, I don't consider him as one of the beard. That was a long answer.
No, that's fine. Bob Harris, welcome to the channel. I love Carnival, but not booking. 2 more 14 days that were already booked. Not happy since Carnival quit respecting loyalty and nickel and diming us. And again, Bob, and Andrew, I know we're both 100% behind you in this statement. Carnival needs to fix this. It's just stupid. I've called it stupid. I've called it idiotic. I still stand behind those statements. It's stupid. It's idiotic. It is not going to cost Carnival that much. People have called it a money grab. They're not wrong. It was a money grab. It was their ego getting so big that they thought that people are going to want to be platinum so bad that they're going to spend $30,000 or $40,000 for a couple bags of free laundry and to get on board earlier. No, they're not. No, they're not. And that's a slap in the face, Carnival. And if you think people are stupid enough to do that, then you're just wrong. If people do that, it's because they're just picking you to cruise with because they enjoy the crew and everything else like that. It's not because the crappy little perks that you're giving at the platinum level or the diamond level are so worth it that they're spending that much money. It's just because they were going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So if you really want to take care of your loyal cruisers, Carnival, and again, I'm talking to you, and if I'm putting down Carnival now, then I'm putting down Carnival. It's stupid. It's idiotic. Yes, I'm saying it. That's just my opinion. If you want to get more business and have more people filling your ships, more loyal cruisers, do right by them. Do right by them. The little perks that you're getting aren't that much anyway. Nobody is going to get on and say, ooh, if I spend $20,000 more, I'll get 3 bags of free laundry. They're not going to do that. So why not just take care of the people that have been loyal to you for so long anyway? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense, Carnival. And I think that's why so many people, and I'm a small channel, I'm a small page, I'm a small group, I'm a small whatever creator. 600 people liked or loved the fact that your stock price was shooting down yesterday. Think about it. They were happy you were losing money. They were so mad and frustrated and angry at you, Carnival, that 600 people for a teeny tiny channel like Coach Cruise that only has, not even 11,000 subscribers on YouTube were, I don't understand why you guys are taking so long to figure this out. It just honestly doesn't make sense. It seems too simple for you to not have fixed already. I don't get it.
Well,
yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
No, I was just going to say, and while they're doing that, trying to figure out whatever they're going to do or do, if they do anything, there's other companies that have taken advantage of this. Of course, MSC has had in place their status match loyalty program, which you've said you've done, I've done already. It takes not 2 seconds, but it's a very short, easy process. You have Norwegian saying, they're not going to status match other cruise lines or whatnot, but they will let you sail on their other cruise brands at a loyalty status match. So if you go on Oceania Cruises, or I think it's Regent Seven Seas, and you've been on, Norwegian or however it is, they'll status match across their brand. You've got Virgin Voyages, they're doing a status match currently. I think that's like a limited basis. So you've got all these cruise lines that are saying like, hey, we saw what Carnival did, let's not do that. And that's like almost a direct quote to what I think his name's Michael Braley, which is the Royal Caribbean president. He just got asked, I believe, on their president's cruise, basically about, this exact thing, like how do they see the loyalty program in the future? Is it going to change? Have you seen what Carnival did? And he basically responded with like, yeah, we saw what Carnival did, and everybody laughed in the background, of course, the audience and the guests that were on the ship. And then he said, yeah, we're not going to do that. In fact, we're going to make it, simpler, but it's basically going to be, loyalty's a two-way street. We give you loyalty, you give us loyalty back. And that's what we thought we had with Carnival. And that's exactly the reason why everyone is so upset about the situation.
Absolutely. Crazy Ad Cruiser, which I think is Mike Clark, Crazy Eyed Cruiser, if you're not Mike Clark, please let me know. I'm pretty sure you're Mike Clark. Zoe, come here. I'm losing track. So I have done enough shots to start losing track. I don't know if this is Rob or Angie. So it's either Rob or Angie. And Mike. And so here, Crazy Eyed Cruiser or Mike Clark. Actually, I'm going to put CEC just in case I don't have Mike. I think Mike Clark is the Crazy Eyed Cruiser. Y'all are confusing me with these names. Yeah, this is either Rob or Angie. So high five for Rob and Angie. What do you say? Don't bite me. What do you say? Okay. That's fine. All right. Here's JB and Crazy Eyed Cruiser, aka maybe Mike Clark. They both did a $10 super sticker, super chat. $15 I do a shot, but they both did a $10 thing, which gets Zoe a treat, which Mike and JB, this will be for you. Mike, again, if you are the Crazy Eyed Cruiser, we're up to 90 now. We only need 60 more, and we will hit the next drawing. We got 75 of you still on, and appreciate that so much. We just hit an hour. We'll stay on. You want to stay on until it's under 50?
We can, yeah.
All right, let's go. All right, we'll stay on until it's under 50 of you. But yeah, JB and Mike. Here we go. I'm doing the double 10. We're doing it. We had over 100. Did you see that, Andrew?
No, I've just been reading the comments, and
there was 107. Brad H is in the house. Says he's sorry he's late. He's a volunteer firefighter. Oh. Brad H and I drank together here in Chicago. He came to Chicago to visit, and I met him up at a bar, the Billy Goat Tavern. Cruiser Charlene says, don't forget to check out the casino and let us know how it is after your bar visits. Win a jackpot. Talking about the Islander when I do that one. Cruiser Charlene probably wants to know if there's a Dragon Link slot machine. Terry and Cheryl got our status match with MSC yesterday after being loyal to Carnival for 15 years. But, Coach, we have to book a cruise with you, do the bar crawl with y'all. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm hoping Andrew and several other of you will book that Islander cruise with me. And I'm on the horizon, I think, June 20th also. So those of you that are looking at summer cruises, Mardi Gras, I think I'm March 22nd. New Year's Eve, I'm on the, what do you call it? Carnival Venezia. Mm-hmm. Thanksgiving, I'm on the Carnival Miracle. I mean, that's too short a notice, but if anybody still has openings. Willie Serrano. Hello, Coach, from Tampa, Florida. Willie, I'm coming to Tampa twice. The Miracle, Carnival Miracle, Thanksgiving, and the Islander in July 3rd.
And I'll be on the Paradise in like 9 days, something like that. Next Wednesday, I think I board out of Tampa.
Angie says, I'll come to the Windy City. Angie, if you come to the Windy City, it's on. The only thing is, Angie, you have to bring me cookies. If you're going to come to the Windy City, the deal is you have to bring me cookies. And then we'll go do a lot of drinks after that. But
there you go.
You got to bring me cookies. I got to have some cookies. Lisa's Cruise Adventures says, hey, Brad and Andrew. What's up, Lisa's Cruise Adventures?
What's up?
Thanks for checking in. Okay, so I think some people are ordering cookies or something. Something's going on with Angie over here because people are throwing flowers at Angie. Dave, Christopher, I'm out. 16 cruises, Carnival Cruise Line, trying MSC and Celebrity Cruises. MSC status matched my Carnival loyalty and offered a free cruise based on my Carnival offers. Also, used my Carnival offers with UR Compt and received an Aqua Class cabin with Celebrity.
There you
And
go.
Dave Christopher, thank you for that comment on Facebook. Yes, yes. This is the reason that I've been calling Carnival dumb, because what they've done through not being loyal to you is they've opened your eyes and said, "Oh, really? Really? I mean, I've been so loyal to you. You're not going to be loyal to me after I've been so loyal to you. You're not going to be loyal to me." And it's opened your eyes to look other places. So even as Andrew has pointed out, even if they fix this now, will they save some of the losses? Yes, they will. But some of us have already started booking other cruise lines and going other places. And you can't tell me that's good business. You know, for all the people that are defending Carnival and talking about, oh, the stock prices and everything else like that. No, that's why people think the stock prices is going down is because a lot of people are thinking it's because of the people that are selling their stock off that were once loyal to Carnival and that are booking other cruise lines, and they're looking at the future quarters, not just the next quarter, but the quarter after that and after that and after that, like Andrew said, maybe a year from now, because honestly, most of us are booked 9 months ahead of time, if not longer, with our cruises. So it's not till we've made a decision like, okay, I'm done with this cruise line. Well, it might take us 9 months to a year to be done with this cruise line. And for many of you Carnival cruisers, that is the case. That is honestly the case. Eric's
I mean,
out.
there used to be a point. Oops, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, there used to be a point in time where literally the only website I would go to when booking a vacation was carnival.com. That was the only site I ever went to. That's the only, quotes I would get, price outs I would get. Now I go to nearly every cruise line to see who has, the better price, the better itineraries, the dates, all of that matters, obviously. But back then, the price didn't really matter. The lowest price for Carnival is what it would be, but now it's just the overall price out of all the cruise line. And like I said last week, there's such a big variety of cruise brands now. It's no longer just Carnival and Royal. You've got this whole umbrella of cruise brands, and under those umbrellas you have other cruise lines that fall with those companies, and there's just so many choices to choose. So when you drop a ball this hard at this time, it's really going to affect you, in the outcome. And unfortunately, I think this is the very start of it, and it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, and Cruiser Charlene makes a great point here. She said, I would leave Carnival, but they give me comped cabins through casino comps, yet I have not found another cruise line that will do a casino level match. Okay, so Cruiser Charlene, my Dragon Link queen, that's won me some money based on your Dragon Link recommendations. So I'm going to tell you this. The Margaritaville thing that I sent a picture where I shared with Comped my offers from Carnival, and Margaritaville said, "Oh, nice. You know what? Come on, Margaritaville Islander, fully comped Ocean View, yours, free. Just pay port fees and taxes." That Margaritaville Islander thing, I'm just paying port fees and taxes. That's it. That's it. So Cruiser Charlene, do the comp thing. People have been pounding me in the head. Oh, comp. And I'm like, yeah, I know about it. I've heard about it. I've done it. You know what? I didn't really follow through on all of it. And then again, I mean, this is one of those Carnival things. They opened my eyes to it. I've been telling people for years, I'm like, yeah, I want to do other cruise lines. I want to try it for the channel, this and that. But I mean, Carnival just keeps giving me such great deals. But because of them being stupid with this loyalty plan, it's at least opened my eyes and got me thinking. And I was like, you know what? Let me just check on this. And I'm like, oh, Margaritaville. Oh, wait, you want to give me a okay, yeah, let's try it out. I mean, and then here we go. And others of you have already done that, and you've gone on MSC, you've gone on Norwegian, you've gone on Royal, whatever else like that. That's why it just seems so stupid. And all the people that are trying that have a bunch of stock in Carnival, they're like trying to be like, oh, Carnival's fine, whatever. But you have thousands of loyal cruisers just leaving left and right because they're so upset with you. It's just like, stop being stupid. Stop being stupid. Just grandfather everybody in, fix the perks, do whatever you need to do. Keep as many people that you haven't lost already happy as possible. Try to draw back some people. And then maybe you can fix this. But so Cruiser Charlene, that was a long answer. But Angie says, I'll bring you all the things. So Angie's going to get me fat, but I want to. I will be okay with that. That's my thing. Like, if I'm going to cheat and eat bad, I want it to be worth it. And when I eat food, like, there's sometimes you cheat and you eat some garbage food or whatever, and you're like, oh man, I messed up my cheat day and that wasn't even worth it. It wasn't even that good. It's like I just wasted a bunch of calories on this crap. But then there's sometimes when you eat something and it's just so good and you're like, you know what? That was worth it. Mm-hmm. I know Angie's cookies and cakes and whatever she would bring, I know it will be worth it. Yeah. So absolutely.
One thing I wanted to mention real quick, I know you were talking about the casino deals for Margaritaville. I think I touched on this already, but the details for it. So Margaritaville at Sea has the best, and I'm not sponsored in any way by Margaritaville or anything like that. I just tried them out for the first time, both of their ships, so I have a lot to say about them. But they have the Margaritaville at Sea Hero Sail Free program. It's the best program at sea for heroes. So this covers U.S. military personnel, whether you're active duty or veteran, police, firefighters, EMS personnel, nurses, and educators. So all you have to do is go to govx.com or go to Margaritaville's actual cruise website, and then it'll link it. Basically, it'll send you a link to it. You just kind of log in there, and if they have cabins free, this is for any time of the year. If they have cabins, that are open to that free program, you can go ahead and book it. So awesome deal. I mean, and it covers almost everybody that, a lot of times it's usually just, veterans or active or whatnot. So this gives people a little bit different options as well.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And that's a great thing for the military and stuff like that. So Margaritaville, hats off. Well done. That's just great stuff that they're doing that way. Down Under Cruiser says, hey, Coach, can I tempt you to come back to Australia for New Year's Eve 2029 and cruise January 2030 with Cruise Life TV and us Down Under? That would be amazing. So I'm not going to say no to that. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I'm saying
it's a maybe.
2030, I might be retired by then. Let's say, I don't know, what is this, 25? Yeah, I might be retired by then. If I'm retired by then, I got this year. So this is 26, 27, 28. Yeah, I might be retired by then. That is a possibility. That's a possibility. So keep that on the books, Down Under Cruisers. Yeah, that might be. Sheila McKinney got a run. Very nice to meet you, Texas Cruiser. The 2 Huskies to go. We have a set amount of money for cruises. By the way, 2 Huskies to go. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but Zoe, come here. Zoe is half Husky and half Pit. Come here, Zoe. She's half Husky. She's what's called a Pitsky. You're a Pitsky. High five for Pitskys. High five. Come on. You don't give me a high five? You leave me hanging? Okay, thank you. She's a Pitsky. She's half pit bull, half husky. So she's a Pitsky. So 2 Huskies to go. Zoe is half husky. Texas Cruiser says, I'll be on MSC Seascape November 9th out of Galveston. The Crazy Ad Cruiser is Mike Clark. I knew it. I knew he was. Sandy the Lost Pirate Jenkins, you will love Margaritaville. All right, I love that. Look at that. We got Cruising Chris Moss. He is off work. Is it worth it for you and Zoe? Let's go. So look, we got through Chris Moss's work. He was at work. He started the show with a super chat. Guess what? You might end it. Cruising Chris Moss, you are numbers 91 through 105. So I asked Andrew, I said, you want to stay on until we get to under 50? We're at 53. So if 3 more of you drop.
No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure. You all got to stay on. You all got to stay on or the show ends. It's all up to you. We said we'd stay on so long as, it's 52 now. Oh. All right. Cruising Chris Moss, you are 91 through 105. We're only 45 away from the next drawing. Here we go. I got jury duty tomorrow, people. I have to.
Fun.
Oh, wait, we jumped up to 57. People were like, hell no, you guys don't get to go anywhere. I love it. Who is this for? Cruising Chris Moss?
Yep.
Mike Clark? Angie? I think I already did. Yeah. All right. So any of those, everybody, high five for everybody that I just mentioned. And big bark for whoever it really belongs to. All right, there you go. All right. So Cruising Chris Moss, we are 45 away from the next drawing. We still got plenty of Buffalo Trace. Brad H. Is Brad H leaving? I saw that. Kenneth Brown, solo traveler and Carnival only save on port taxes. 3 days away from platinum. Not going to make it by deadline, but have 4 more booked the next year. Thanks for letting me fence. Kenneth, again, Andrew and I are we're here. We're here. The hell with Carnival. We're battling with you. They can say all the bad stuff they want about funnel heads and Coach Cruz. They can say all the bad stuff they want about. But you know what? We're going to stand up for what's right. Just like I'm a high school teacher, so I see the little posters in the hallway. And you know what it says? It says, stand up for what's right, even if you're standing alone. Stand up for what's right, even if you're standing alone. What's right, Carnival, is you grandfathering in because you've suggested for so many years that this was not going to go away. Mm-hmm. And I said at the beginning of the show, I'll say it again, and then you pulled the damn rug out from everybody. And you said you're going to have to earn your damn status. People have already earned it. You don't have to re-earn what you've already earned.
That's not how it works.
Fix it. Quit screwing up. And you know what? I'm going to put the Billy Goat. The Cubs fans know about the Billy Goat curse. I'm putting the Billy Goat curse on you right now, Carnival. Your stock will continue to drop until you change and make all your loyal cruisers happy and fix what you've done them wrong by. You get the Billy Goat curse, and your stock price will suck until you fix it. I don't know if that's going to work, but DR says all cruise line stock is down because 2026 and 27 books are now weaker on sale. Still good, but getting weaker. I own CCL, RCL, and NCLH, and all are down on weaker than expected sales. Yes, DR, that is correct. People have pointed that out on my page and channel. You know who's down the most of all of those? Anyone want to guess?
I wonder.
Carnival's down more than anybody. A couple people have said, "Oh, they're all down. It's okay. It's not just Carnival." No, Carnival's down way more than all the rest of those that you just mentioned. 2 Huskies to go. Yes, she's all. Will G is out. We're at 55. Baby Cuts. Baby Cuts. They are a wildly popular band. So welcome, Baby Cuts, because I know you guys are famous all over the world. So thanks for checking in. Anybody have the Baby Cuts CD? Lloyd. Let's see here. 55 people now. No, 57. Cruiser Charlene. We gained 2. James Hawkins heading out Sunday on NCL getaway, stepping away for a moment from Carnival. They're losing us. Have 2 more cruises booked with them, but that's it unless things change. And you know what? Honest to God, James, this is what I'm talking about. And I think this is what Andrew's talking about. We talked about this. We're not so concerned with right now as we are like a year from now, because we know for all of you avid cruisers out there, we book our stuff. Andrew books his stuff. We book our stuff way in advance, like 9 months, sometimes over a year in advance. And it won't be because of this unloyalty or disloyalty or betrayal or whatever you want to call it by Carnival. The true impact of this probably won't come into effect for 9 months to a year. It's going to start coming into effect the next quarterly earnings, and then it's going to be magnified even more the next quarter after that and the next quarter of that after that, unless they fix it. So for the reason the stock is going way down, they're really smart investors. Maybe. I'm not saying this is a fact. This is an opinion because, again, John Heald said, what am I? I'm skeptical at best.
I think so, yeah.
Skeptical at best and untrue at worst or something. I forget what the hell I am. But yeah, it's gonna be something like that, The bourbon's hitting me now. And we're up to 61, so maybe the bourbon's helping. I don't know. Let's see. Carnival needs to impeach the CEO. Yeah, Willie, you know what? I mean, God, I wish we could blame this on Christine Duffy. I wish we could blame it all on Christine Duffy. I think most of us believe that it's a lot more than her. You guys know the John Wick series when they talk about the high table? Like, I don't feel like the high table has just Christine Duffy sitting at it.
No.
I feel like the high table has a whole bunch of people sitting at it, and she's just one person. And she might be saying, yeah, you know what? This is kind of stupid. And, I've kind of like been out there, done that, and I don't believe this is going to fly. But you know what? You guys do what you want to do. So, yeah, we just lost Andrew. I realize that. We're up to 60 people, but hopefully Andrew comes back. I see him in off screen here, and hopefully he reconnects and his Wi-Fi works. People have been complaining about my Wi-Fi. Lori Barber, I agree on the casino offers are a determining factor for who we cruise with. Yes. That's going to be it for me, Lori. I'm going to continue to cruise with Carnival. Again, I love Carnival. Angie says, back to baking. Good night, my friends. I hope your weekend is fantastic. And Angie, put down your Facebook link or something like that in the comments so people can follow you. Angie, I just want people to be tortured as much as I am. Actually, if you want to be tortured, Angie, put your Facebook link in the comments here so people can be tortured by you, because here's what's going to happen. Angie is going to share all of her cookie pictures and stuff like that and all her baked good pictures. and you're going to be like, I want that. I want to eat it. I want to eat it now. And unless you live in Ohio, you're not going to be able to. But if you want to be tortured like me, even if you live out of the state of Ohio, you can be tortured. So yeah, Angie, post in the comments what your Facebook link is so people can follow you and be tortured by all of the amazing looking cookies that you have. Richard Flower says, hello, coach. I'm cruising on Carnival Liberty November 2nd. All right. I will be on Carnival Miracle November 22nd. So I'll be 3 weeks after you. Lisa's Cruise Adventures. I have 6 cruises booked between now and the end of 2026, waiting to see what Carnival will do. Willie Serrano says, have a great night, coach. See you in the next podcast. We are at 55. I had promised to stay on until we get below 50. We're at 54 right now. We just dropped by 1. Any questions? Throw some questions out there because I'm running out of stuff to talk about. Let's see where Carnival Cruise stock price is right now. Live update here on the Coach Cruise. Oh, look. We got Andrew back. He's here. Look at that.
Sorry.
What happened?
I had to use the restroom real quick, and you were talking. I didn't want to cut you off.
Okay. Let's see. Carnival Cruise Line. All right. So here's the deal. Carnival is trading at $28.80, and they are down 11 cents an after hours trading. 0.3. They're down 2.14% on the day. Yeah, they keep going down. So if you are in the Carnival once loyal camp, and you're wanting Carnival to fail because they failed you, then you're happy. If you have a bunch of money put into Carnival stock, you're not happy. Again, I sold my Carnival stock, and I did it honestly because I was unhappy with what Carnival did to all the loyal cruisers. That was the main reason, as I know that was the main reason for many of you. And I don't blame you for that. And if you want to sell or buy stock based on principle, that's why you did it. I sold my stock based on principle. I felt like it screwed all the loyal Carnival cruisers. And I said, no, I'm not going to support this. I'm not going to. I'm not going to support a company or a corporation that does this to their loyal cruisers. And that's why I sold all my stock. I used to have the 100 stock, and I thought about keeping that, but here's the reason I sold it. They only honor that now because they're penny pinching and they're cutting every corner. They only honor that if you're paying full price for your cruise. Mm-hmm. If you're getting any kind of a discount on your cruise, so in other words, if you're cruising through the casino and they give you a big discount and you turn in your, hey, I got 100 cruise shares or whatever, give me my $100 onboard credit. They're going to be like, no, we can't do that. Sorry, because you're already getting a discount. And yeah, so it's just like, okay, well, I'm not, you're not going to give me a discount. So what's the point in keeping you?
Yeah.
And that's why I sold it. So yes. All right, Andrew, we got you back.
Yes. Oh, I don't know. I mean, like I said in the beginning of the video, I have my 100 shares. I bought them a long time ago, but we still get the onboard credit when we cruise. So it's worth it for us. When we initially bought it, the stock price was probably near $65. So we bought it at the high way long time ago. So it's not worth it for us to sell anyway. But even if it was, we'd probably keep it because we've made so much onboard credit money through it, through the years. So we'll hold on to that. But we did sell our overage, which we carried quite a bit. We bought it several times during the pandemic when it dipped, $6, $7, $8, $9, and So, we definitely dabble in the stock market, but to your point, if you're getting a discounted cruise, then there's no point of holding it because they don't offer dividends anymore. They may start again once they clear some debt, but I mean, just off a price action, you could say it's going to go up, but who knows? We're not stock experts, but yeah, I think there's other companies that are better to invest in as far as that goes. I invest a lot of times with my heart with companies that I believe in. So, but yeah, so we'll see what happens with it.
All right. So we got 56 people on here. I'm buying VMAR, Vision Marine. I don't even know what the rest of it. This is my stupid stock pick. I'm calling it stupid because if it fails, then you can't blame me. VMAR. It's Vision Marine Technologies. It's currently trading at $1.35. Okay. This is 100% a hunch. Somebody just asked me, so coach, what stock are you buying? The Down Under Cruisers. The stock that I'm buying right now, strictly on a hunch, is VMAR. And I'm going to tell you why. Well, first off, it's a water-based technology. They are a stock that invests in making electronic engines for boats. So the reason that I have thrown in money on this technology is because people have complained so much about gas prices and things like that. And boat gas is way more expensive than automobile gas. And people that own boats have like screamed how expensive it is to run their boat and everything else like that. This company makes electronic engines for boats. So, the Teslas of the world and everything else like that, they've, made millions and their stock prices have shot up and everything else like that. This company actually has sold boats already. They've already sold them that have electronic engines that you can recharge and you don't have to pay for gas, if you have the electronic ability or whatever else like that. So here's the insane thing is they're trading at right now $1.35 per share. In the past year, they've traded as high as over $7. They're a volatile stock, but if you're looking for a lottery ticket, I mean, $1.35. I think that for you gamblers out there, $1.35 a share might not be a bad investment. So that is my lottery ticket gambling pick, roll the dice, whatever. That's my pick. So if you want that, there you go. VMAR, that is the stock symbol. And Lori Barber says, is it solar? It's not solar to the best of my knowledge. They have charging stations in the middle of the ocean. I don't think it's solar. But yeah, that's it. We are at 50. We might be out of here, Andrew. We got one more, and then we'll be under 50. It's no pressure. If you leave now, you're ending the show. Just no pressure at all. Zero pressure.
Well, it has been a great show. We've gone over so
much.
Oh,
shit. We just hit 49. But Andrew, talk and see if you can get us above 50. See if you can get us above 50.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just excited for you to experience Margaritaville for the first time. We got to get you on MSC, whether it's the Seascape, Seashore, World America, of course. I'm going to be booking the World Atlantic when it comes over in 2027. Super excited about that ship, which is a sister ship to the World America, along with World Asia and World Europa. But those are both over over the pond in Europe. So, but excited about where they're going with those ships. And Margaritaville's got some more information about the Beachcomber, which is coming next year. Really excited about that. Well, technically, I guess it's January of 2027, but they bought the Costa Fortuna, which is a Destiny class ship. So kind of like the Carnival Sunshine. And it'll be cool to see what they can do with it as far as dry dock and revamping venues. They got 15 brand new venues that are coming specific to that ship. And yeah, I always thought, before I went on Margaritaville, that I thought it would be better as like a partnership with like either Carnival or Royal or whoever, like one of the big players. But now that I've been on it, I kind of get it. It's really neat on its own. So I cannot wait for you to experience it, and hopefully I'm there when you do. But if not, I'm excited to hear what you have to say about it.
Well, that'll be awesome. We got Baby Cuts, the popular band, said stupid stock pick VMAR, but then they got double high five. So the reason this is the band language here thing. That's actually a cool recommendation. They're actually trying to say that VMAR. Yes, do that. Do that. But here's the bad news. We're under 50. And the rule was we were going to stay online until we got to under 50. And right now we have 46 of you watching. Hopefully all 46 of you have hit the like button. And hopefully all 46 of you are subscribed to Andrew at Funnelheads and myself at Coach Cruz. And if you're not, before you leave, why don't you go do that? But until then, we'll see y'all next week, and take care, everybody. And thanks for joining. And let me hit the end stream.